The ebook deception. Why your PDF is not what you think it is. Welcome to what might be the most controversial presentation you'll see about digital marketing this year. If you've ever called a short PDF document an ebook, or if you've been frustrated by the lack of trust and engagement from your lead magnets, this presentation is specifically for you. In the fast-paced world of digital marketing, terminology matters more than most people realize. Today, we're going to explore the harmful practice of mislabeling short PDFs as ebooks and how this seemingly innocent deception is actually damaging your credibility, undermining trust with your audience, and ultimately hurting your marketing effectiveness. I'm going to show you how to properly position your downloadable content for maximum impact and audience trust. By the end of this presentation, you'll understand why accurate labeling isn't just about semantics. It's about building sustainable, trust-based relationships with your audience that actually convert. So let's dive into this uncomfortable truth that most marketers don't want to acknowledge.
The problem: ebook inflation. Let's start by acknowledging what's really happening in our industry. The term ebook once represented substantial digital publications that were equivalent to physical books. These were comprehensive resources with real depth and value. However, marketers have increasingly diluted this term, applying it to virtually any downloadable PDF, regardless of length, depth, or quality. We've inflated the terminology to the point where it's lost all meaning. As one frustrated industry voice puts it perfectly, a 10-page PDF is not an ebook. This misrepresentation has created a credibility crisis in digital marketing, leaving audiences skeptical and underwhelmed. Here's what's really happening. Many marketers are tempted to elevate the perceived value of their lead magnets by calling them ebooks, when they're actually brief PDF documents with minimal content. It's like calling a pamphlet a novel. The mislabeling doesn't change what it actually is. This practice has become so widespread that prospects now approach any free ebook offer with suspicion, expecting to be disappointed. We've trained our audiences to distrust us before they even download our content. The problem isn't necessarily with the content itself. A well-crafted 8-page guide can be incredibly valuable. The problem is with the false expectations we create when we mislabel that guide as an ebook. We're setting ourselves up for disappointment and damaging our credibility in the process. What is an ebook? Setting the record straight. Before we can fix the problem, we need to establish what an actual ebook really is. Let me set the record straight with 3 defining characteristics. First, length and depth. True ebooks typically contain 50 or more pages of substantive content, often reaching hundreds of pages. They represent significant depth on a topic, not cursory overviews. Think of the comprehensive resources you'd actually spend hours reading, not something you'd scan in 5 minutes. Second, format and design. Legitimate ebooks are specifically formatted for e-readers like Kindle, Nook, or dedicated apps. They include proper chapter structure, navigation elements, and reader-optimized layouts. They're designed for extended reading sessions, not quick reference. Third, purpose and value. Authentic ebooks provide comprehensive explorations of subjects, functioning as digital equivalents to physical books you'd proudly display on a shelf. They represent hours of reading, not minutes. They're meant to educate, entertain, or inform in depth. As one industry expert put it perfectly, an ebook is a thoughtfully crafted digital book, a proper publication. And if you're handing out a lead magnet, call it what it is. Think of titles like The Great Gatsby or comprehensive industry white papers. These are true ebooks, not hastily assembled PDFs filled with recycled content and generic stock photos. There's a fundamental difference between a substantial digital publication and a marketing asset designed for lead generation. The distinction matters because it sets appropriate expectations and builds trust with your audience. The damage. How this mislabeling hurts your marketing. Now let's examine the real damage this mislabeling causes to your marketing efforts. There are 3 critical ways this practice backfires. First, it undermines your credibility. When potential customers download an ebook expecting substantial content but receive a brief PDF instead, their trust in your brand immediately deteriorates. This credibility gap extends far beyond the download. It colors all future interactions with your content. They approach your emails, your offers, and your content with skepticism because you've already broken their trust once. Second, it creates misaligned expectations. The term ebook creates elevated expectations of comprehensive value. When your PDF fails to deliver on this implicit promise, users feel misled and cheated, even if the content itself is decent. You've created a perception problem that's difficult to overcome. Instead of being pleasantly surprised by helpful content, they're disappointed by unmet expectations. Third, it reduces your conversion rates. Once burned by misleading terminology, potential leads become hesitant to engage with your future offerings. They'll think twice before downloading your next resource, opening your emails, or considering your services. This skepticism directly impacts your conversion metrics across your entire funnel. The compound effect is devastating. Not only do you lose credibility with individual prospects, but you contribute to the overall erosion of trust in digital marketing. You're making it harder for everyone in our industry, including yourself, to build genuine relationships with potential customers. The solution: accurate terminology for your content. The solution is refreshingly simple. Use accurate terminology that creates appropriate expectations and builds trust with your audience. Instead of inflating your content's importance with misleading labels, embrace these accurate alternatives for your shorter downloadable assets. For data-focused documents that analyze specific topics, call them PDF reports. This is straightforward and honest, perfect for content that presents research, statistics, or analysis. For helpful content without implying comprehensive depth, use guide. This suggests helpful content that's ideal for instructional material without overpromising scope. For actionable step-by-step resources that help users accomplish specific tasks, call them checklists. This sets clear expectations about format and purpose. For research-based documents targeting professional or technical audiences, use Whitepaper. This term carries appropriate weight and suggests depth without the inflated expectations of eBook. When in doubt, simply use downloadable resource. This is a versatile general term that sets appropriate expectations without overpromising. Here's a crucial insight. Research shows that accurately labeled content actually performs better in the long run, as it builds sustainable trust with your audience rather than generating one-time downloads followed by disappointment. The key is matching your terminology to your content's actual scope and purpose. This honesty creates a foundation for genuine relationships, rather than transactional interactions based on false promises. Before and after. Honest marketing in action. Let me show you exactly how this looks in practice with a real before and after example. What not to do. Download our free ebook on digital marketing tips. The reality? 8 pages of basic information, recycled stock photos, and 3 generic tips everyone has seen before. The result is immediate disappointment, damaged trust, and skepticism toward future offerings. What to do instead? Grab your free digital marketing checklist. The same 8 pages, but positioned accurately. The content matches the description, creating alignment between expectations and delivery. The result is satisfied users who received exactly what was promised, building trust in your brand's integrity. Notice the key difference here. We didn't change the content itself, but we changed how we positioned and described it. The 8 pages of content didn't magically become more valuable, but the user experience became dramatically better because we set appropriate expectations. This is the power of honest labeling. When you accurately describe what you're offering, people know exactly what they're getting. They can make informed decisions about whether your resource meets their needs. And when they do download it, they're much more likely to be satisfied because you delivered exactly what you promised. The transformation in user response is remarkable. Instead of feeling tricked or disappointed, users appreciate your honesty and are more likely to engage with your future content and offers. The benefits of honesty. Why accurate labeling wins. Let me share 3 compelling reasons why accurate labeling is actually a competitive advantage in today's marketing landscape. First, it enhances trust. When your content descriptions match what you actually deliver, you build credibility. Audience members come to associate your brand with genuine value and honesty, not marketing hyperbole. This trust creates a foundation for long-term relationships and brand advocacy. People know they can rely on you to deliver what you promise. Second, it generates better qualified leads. Accurate labeling ensures people download your content for the right reasons. They know exactly what they're getting, leading to more engaged, relevant leads. These properly qualified prospects are more likely to convert into customers down the line because they've already demonstrated genuine interest in your specific type of content. Third, it improves your industry reputation. Digital marketers often face criticism for using clickbait and exaggerated promises. When you lead with transparency, you help repair the reputation of the marketing profession. You stand out as an ethical practitioner in a field sometimes known for shortcuts and hyperbole. Here's something important to remember. If you want to create true eBooks, commit to it properly. Aim for 50 or more pages of well-organized, in-depth content optimized for e-reader platforms. Use professional tools like Vellum for proper formatting. A genuine ebook becomes a valuable asset you can repurpose across multiple channels. The bottom line is this: honesty isn't just the right thing to do. It's the smart thing to do for sustainable business growth. Key takeaways. Honesty as your marketing advantage. Let me leave you with 4 actionable steps you can implement immediately to transform your content marketing approach. First, stop the mislabeling. Reserve the term ebook for substantial digital publications, 50 or more pages with comprehensive depth. For shorter lead magnets, use accurate terms like guide, checklist, or report. This simple change will immediately improve user satisfaction. Second, align expectations. Create harmony between what you promise and what you deliver. This alignment builds trust and prevents the disappointment that drives prospects away. Every piece of content should deliver exactly what its title and description suggest. Third, invest in quality. If you want to offer true ebooks, commit to creating genuine value, not just repackaged blog posts. The effort pays dividends in audience respect and marketing effectiveness. Quality content that delivers on its promises creates loyal followers and customers. Fourth, lead with integrity. Position yourself as an honest voice in digital marketing. This ethical stance becomes a competitive advantage in an industry sometimes known for hyperbole and empty promises. Your integrity becomes a differentiator that attracts the right audience. Remember this fundamental truth: digital marketers who build their strategies on accurate representation and genuine value create sustainable success. Your audience will reward your honesty with their trust, engagement, and ultimately, their business. When you commit to honest labeling and genuine value creation, you're not just improving your marketing metrics, you're contributing to a more trustworthy digital marketing ecosystem that benefits everyone. The choice is yours. Continue participating in the deception, or stand out as a marketer who values honesty and builds real relationships with your audience. I believe the path forward is clear. Thank you for your attention, and here's to building a more honest and effective approach to digital marketing.